Hi, this is Bob Barnes for Natural Video. Thanks for joining us in this chronicle of a one-month birding trip to Australia in June and July. The trip starts in Cairns, proceeds south to Townsville, west to Winton, back northeast to Daintree, and then south to Cairns. We started our trip with some birding in Cairns on the first day, then proceeded just south of town to the Cairns Crocodile Farm. Our first species of the trip was the forest kingfisher. It's found in eastern and northern Australia, as well as New Guinea, where many birds of this species winter. It hunts insects and small reptiles in typical kingfisher fashion, dropping on them from a low perch. This bird is the insensata subspecies. The forest kingfisher is about 20 centimeters long, and it's typically found in eucalyptus woodlands. Its range corresponds closely to the 600 millimeter and above rainfall gradient and is found in areas characterized as tropical and subtropical with summer rainfall. In Australia, the Spangled Drongo is found in roughly the same areas as the forest kingfisher, except that its range extends further south on the east coast. It is often found along rainforest edges where it flycatches from an exposed perch. The white-breasted woodswallow is found throughout Queensland and in much of Australia. It's also found in New Guinea and various other Pacific islands. Its gregarious and communal roosting is typical. It hawks for flying insects. The white-breasted woodswallow is slightly shorter in length than the forest kingfisher and about 2/3 the length of the Spangled Drongo. The common Myna was introduced into Australia in the 1860s and has established itself along portions of the east coast. The peaceful dove is found in most of eastern and northern Australia. There are 3 races. This is Placida. The magpie-lark is found throughout Australia, being absent only in a small part of the western interior. It's often found walking on the ground and can usually be found near water, but is generally not found in rainforest. In the past, the magpie-lark has been called the pewee, the Australian magpie-lark, and the mudlark. It uses mud and plant material to construct its nest, thus the term mudlark. The crimson finch is found in parts of northern Australia. There are 3 subspecies. This is Iridale, which is limited to the Cape York Peninsula. Its diet consists of small insects and seeds. The royal spoonbill is another species with a wide range, being absent only in southeastern and central Australia. It feeds in shallow water by sweeping its bill back and forth just below the water line. The royal spoonbill also occurs in New Guinea and Indonesia. It's usually found in small flocks, and its diet consists mostly of small aquatic mollusks and crustaceans. The little egret is absent from the interior and south-central portions of Australia. It is a species which is widely spread in Eurasia and Africa. It typically feeds in shallow wetlands where it dashes about looking for fish, insects, crustaceans, and small amphibians. The great egret is found throughout most of the world, and in Australia is absent only from the interior west. Its feeding habits are different from those of the little egret. The great egret hunts by standing still or walking slowly. Its diet is similar to that of the little egret. Although the purple Swamphen is found in parts of Western Australia, the bulk of its range is in the east. It's also found in southern Europe and Asia, as well as Africa. As you will see here, its diet consists primarily of aquatic plants. In Australia, the yellow-billed spoonbill has much the same range, habitat preference, and eating habits as the royal spoonbill. It is, however, sometimes found in pasture lands. It's an Australian endemic, tends to be nomadic, and is generally rare in this area. Unlike the royal spoonbill, it is often found alone. The white-browed crake's range in Australia is limited to a narrow range along the northern coast. It's more widely distributed, however, being found in much of Southeast Asia and the Southwest Pacific. It's typically found in swampy areas where it's often seen climbing on vegetation. The Australian white ibis was formerly a subspecies of the sacred ibis. It's found in most of Australia, being absent from parts of the southwest. It's comfortable in a wide range of habitats, including pastures, dumps, and swamps. It typically nests in large colonies. The black-winged stilt is a widespread species, being found in much of the world and all of Australia. It feeds in shallow water where it finds small aquatic insects, crustaceans, and mollusks. Natural Video has taped this species in Chile and the western United States, as well as here in Australia. The masked lapwing is found in eastern and central Australia, where it's found in the full range of grasslands and pastures. There are two subspecies in Australia. This is Miles. The Willie wagtail is a common and widespread species in Australia. It's also found in New Guinea and adjacent areas. It's usually found on the ground where it hunts for insects. The black kite is found in much of Australia and most of the Old World. It's an opportunistic feeder, taking whatever is available. The striated heron is also known as the mangrove heron, mangroves being its typical Australian habitat. It's often seen stalking about on mudflats at low tide. It's found in this habitat in all but the southern edges of Australia. The chestnut-breasted manakin is found in New Guinea and northern Australia. A truly striking bird, the black-fronted dotterel is also called the black-fronted plover. It's found throughout Australia, due in part to its ability to subsist on very small mud patches. As seen here, it's usually found in pairs. Its diet is varied, including both seeds and insects. The brown honeyeater is found in low, dense vegetation in New Guinea, Indonesia, and Australia. In Australia, its range is extensive, being absent in the far south-central and southeastern portions of the country. The black-necked stork is also known as the black-billed stork, or jabiru. It's found from India eastward to New Guinea and Australia. It's generally found in open areas, usually of shallow water, and eats fish, frogs, and larger crustaceans. It's a large bird, ranging to 4 feet. Its range in Australia is limited to the northern tier of the country and down the eastern portion to about Sydney. The little pied cormorants were wet on the first day we found them. They are found throughout Australia, except for parts of the western coast and interior. Although it typically forages alone, it often roosts in groups. The red-backed Fairy-Wren is found in the eastern and northern portions of Australia, where it is found in a variety of habitats. It is the smallest Fairy-Wren and is incredibly striking. Since this is the Australian winter, this is probably an older male. Younger males change into the brown eclipse plumage at this time of year. Along the wet and heavily vegetated trail, we found this Teresian crow. It flew back and forth between exposed branches for quite a while. This golden-headed cisticola repeatedly chose to ignore the rain, finding a perch on the grass stalks despite the downpour. This species is found in a band around the edge of the continent, being absent only in the southwestern and central portions of the country. Looking down from the hill that towers above the swamp, we watched a large crocodile and this flock of wandering whistling ducks. Leaving the swamp, we headed south. The skies cleared and we found this Nanking kestrel. It's also called the Australian kestrel and is found throughout the country. It's also found in New Guinea and Indonesia. The Nanking kestrel is nomadic. Its diet includes grasshoppers, other insects, mice, and lizards. We stopped at the Johnston River Crocodile Farm so that my son could pet some kangaroos. We had been in Australia for 2 days, and he was getting worried that we might not see any. There were peaceful doves here as well, and lots of other wild birds. There were also emus wandering around, and cassowaries in a captive breeding program. In the trees above the cassowary enclosure, helmeted friarbirds flew about. This species is found in Indonesia and New Guinea, as well as the area around Darwin and the Cape York Peninsula. Friarbirds are honey eaters, but to me they look much more primeval. They subsist on fruit, nectar, and insects. While we walked about, a white-bellied sea eagle flew overhead. It's found along the edges of the country. There are 5 races of the Australian magpie, which is found throughout Australia. This bird is of the nominate race Tibicen. It's also found in southern New Guinea. 3 of the species were once considered separate species. The Australian magpie prefers open country, and its population has increased since the European settlement. The spotted turtle dove was introduced into Australia in the 1860s and has established populations along the south and eastern coast. Its diet consists of garbage and seeds. An incredibly colored bird, the rainbow lorikeet is found in eastern and southeastern Australia. There were a number of Nanking night-herons roosting in the trees here. It's also called the rufous night-heron and is found in all of Australia except the central western portion. The rainbow lorikeet feeds on nectar, pollen, fruit, seeds, and insects. Perched with the adults, there were a number of juveniles. This species feeds primarily on frogs and fish. We found these bush stone-curlews on the outside of the crocodile farm while we were inside. This species is also called the southern stone-curlew and bush thick-knee. Its range includes most of Australia and parts of New Guinea. It's an omnivore and was very successful prior to the introduction of European predatory animals. While we were visiting the farm, the staff was moving a crocodile from one pen to another for breeding purposes. In some places, they might have sedated the crocodile and then moved him. Here, they lassoed his nose and manhandled him. The croc crashed about a great deal before they had him immobilized.
Willie, right. Don't stay on round day this time. We'll come down on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, go. Righto, go! Now we've got him, we should try and get him around this way. Watch out for that. Nice enough. 1, 2. Santa! Come on, Santa! Come on, Santa boy! Come on, Santa! He hasn't even put them legs forward yet, Mick. Move! Move, Santa! Come on, Santa! Come on, move! Move! Come on! Come on, Santa! Very frightened to go in this water. Come on, Santa! In the water! Willie, you know, you're in the downhill corner. That's the first place you go if he's not going into the water, right? And when he goes in that water, that little female's going to come belting out of there 100 mile an hour straight down at you.
After the croc moving, my son took some time out to feed some of the other animals. He wasn't too fond of the emus, however. Traveling south, we headed for Mission Beach, which is about 120 kilometers south of Cairns. We spent a couple of days snorkeling on the reef and doing some city birding. The welcome swallow is found in most of Australia and migrated to New Zealand and New Guinea during the last century. We found several on the wires in town and watched them hawk for small flying insects. There were also white-breasted wood swallows and helmeted friarbirds in town. Just outside of town, we searched for cassowary at both Lacey Creek and Locula State Forest Parks. Although they were in the area and a fellow birder saw one on the main road, we struck out. The pale yellow robin is found in limited range along the east coast of Australia. Within its preferred rainforest habitat, it's quite common. It's usually found in undergrowth or on the ground where it searches for insects. It seems to be associated with lawyer vine on many occasions. Rufous fantail could be seen flitting about in the underbrush. We never got a good view of this bird. Streams ran through the parks, and exotic bird calls echoed through the canopy. The spectacled monarch is another species, limited to the east coast of Australia. It's also found in New Guinea and nearby islands as well. Our Shrike-Thrush is found only in this limited area of Australia. Leaving the forest parks, we headed to Murray Falls. Along the way, we stopped at a slough to watch white-necked and white-faced herons, Australian ibis, magpie-lark, and masked lapwing. The white-necked heron, or Pacific heron, is found in most of Australia and in parts of New Guinea and New Zealand. Although it's typically solitary, they do sometimes forage in small groups. This bird was quite successful. The range of the white-faced heron is comparable to that of the white-necked heron. It's the most widespread and common heron in Australia. It eats all sorts of small aquatic creatures, including fish, frogs, and insects. In some trees nearby, we found white-bellied Cuckoo-Shrike, rainbow and scaly-breasted lorikeet, both male and female rufous whistler, and bar-shouldered dove. The white-bellied cuckoo-shrike is found in much of eastern and northern Australia. It's also found in New Guinea, Indonesia, and the Solomons. It's quite similar to the black-faced cuckoo-shrike, but has different facial markings. The rufous whistler is found in the vast majority of Australia. There are 6 races of this species in Australia, which vary in coloration and size. We first saw the female, which was rather nondescript, but then the male arrived, a striking bird. The scaly-breasted lorikeet is an Australian endemic found only in the eastern part of the country. Its behavior and calls are similar to the rainbow lorikeet, which was also present. The bar-shouldered dove is found in eastern and northern Australia, where it's found in mangroves and open woodlands. On reaching Murray Falls, we found some truly beautiful scenery and gray fantail, laughing kookaburra, white-naped honeyeater, forest kingfisher, and varied triller. The gray fantail is found in much of Australia, and there is quite a bit of variation in the 5 races found here. It's also found in New Guinea, New Zealand, and the islands of the South Pacific. It feeds on insects, flycatching from exposed branches, as we see here. Found in eastern Australia, in the region around Perth, the laughing kookaburra is associated completely with Australia in the minds of many people. Its call is haunting and loud. It lives in groups dominated by an alpha pair. Its diet consists primarily of insects, amphibians, and reptiles, which it generally catches on the ground. This species of honeyeater, the white-naped, is found in the eastern and southwestern regions of Australia. The varied triller is found in eastern and northern Australia. From Murray Falls, we traveled south to Magnetic Island. We took the car ferry over and spent 3 days on the island. We saw a number of species we had seen further north, like this helmeted prior bird. We also saw new species, like this osprey. The osprey is found throughout much of the world. In Australia, it's found in the coastal regions and is more common in the north than in the south. It's a fish eater, diving down to catch the fish with its feet. We stopped at the island dump several times. We usually found Australian white ibis here. When they were not in the garbage heaps, they were in the trees which circled the dump. Along the road on the north side of the island, we found several species, including pheasant cockle, Spangled drongo, and mangrove kingfisher. The pheasant cockle is found in the northern and eastern portions of the country. It's a striking bird with a tail which is longer than its head and body. During the breeding season, its head and chest turn black. This species seldom flies, preferring to run on the ground or walk through the trees. The mangrove kingfisher is also known as the collared kingfisher. In Australia, it's found in coastal areas of the northern half of the country. It's found almost exclusively in mangroves. It ranges as far west as Arabia, across southern Asia, and into the southwestern Pacific. There are many subspecies and substantial variation in the mangrove kingfisher complex. Some authorities afford the races full species status. The pied butcherbird is found in all of Australia except for small portions of the south. As we hear in the next volume, its song is especially beautiful and clear. At the Car Ferry dock, you can find two mammal species of interest, the unadorned Rock-Wallaby and the common brush-tailed possum. People come to feed them vegetables, so they are often found during the day at this site. The unadorned Rock-Wallaby has a limited distribution, being found only in this area of Queensland. There are other Rock-Wallaby species to the north and south, although this does not appear to be a species cline. The common brush-tailed possum is found in the eastern, southwestern, and central portions of the country. It's typically nocturnal and feeds on eucalyptus leaves, fruits, and insects, and of course carrots. There are subspecies. This northern form has an orangish cast to its coloration. Along the south road, we found orange-footed scrub fowl, which could often be heard moving noisily through the underbrush. Its range in Australia is limited to the far north. It's also found in New Guinea and Indonesia. Its diet consists mostly of fruits, berries, and seeds. It builds nesting mounds, which can be quite large and may be shared by more than one couple. Heading up the Forts Trail, we found pied currawong and koalas. The pied currawong is found only in eastern Australia, although its range is expanding somewhat. We found 2 koalas in this area, one high in a tree and the other in a low bush along the trail. Because the trail winds up the side of the hill to the fort, it's possible to look across into the upper canopy of nearby trees. The koala has a spotty distribution, being found in the eastern part of the country in association with eucalyptus forests. It's more active at night than in the day, and to see one move during the day is a treat. It feeds exclusively on eucalyptus leaves and can go for long periods without water in the winter. The pied currawong eats fruit, as we see here. It also eats insects and small vertebrates. The restless flycatcher is found in the eastern half of the country, the north, and the area around Perth. It's also found in southern New Guinea. Back at the dump, we found Brahminy and black kites, as well as Australian raven. The Brahminy kite is found in the coastal regions of the northern half of the country. It prefers mudflats and mangroves. Its body markings are striking, reminding me of some type of small fish eagle. Its distribution ranges from India to the Solomons. It feeds on crustaceans, fish, and carrion. The Australian raven is found in much of eastern Australia and the area around Perth. It feeds mainly on insects and carrion.